welcome to Sporting Logically's Sit Down Sunday, your weekly in-depth look at some of the biggest topics in sports. This week's topic, the 4 kinds of NBA MVP voters. MVP voter type 1, the basketball purist. MVP choice, Kawhi Leonard.
The basketball purist thinks that Kawhi Leonard should be the MVP, pointing out the fact that he led the San Antonio Spurs to 61 regular season wins, the most out of any of the other MVP candidates, while also averaging the lowest number of turnovers per game out of all the other candidates, while playing within the team concept in San Antonio. Kawhi is also one of the more complete players in the NBA, making a significant impact on both the offensive and defensive ends of the floor.
Kawhi Leonard has had an outstanding statistical season and one that is certainly worthy of MVP consideration. Some of his per-game statistics might not be as impressive as the other candidates, but you also have to consider the fact that on most nights, he defends the other team's best perimeter player. When taking this into account, the basketball purist has a very strong argument for Kawhi Leonard as their MVP choice. MVP voter type 2, the stat guru. MVP choice, James Harden.
The stat guru contends that James Harden should be the MVP, pointing out the fact that he led the league in assists while also being second in points per game, leading the Rockets to 55 regular season wins, while also leading the NBA in win shares, an advanced metric that has correctly predicted the NBA MVP 4 out of the last 5 seasons.
James Harden's MVP case is based mostly off the fact that he's had one of the more statistically impressive seasons in recent NBA memory. Skeptics will argue that it is relatively easy to put up these kinds of big numbers in Mike D'Antoni's high-powered offensive system. However, the counter-argument to this is the fact that once again James Harden led the league in win shares this past season. Unfortunately for the stat guru, the only time in the last 5 seasons that stat did not correctly predict the NBA's MVP was also when James Harden lost the MVP to Steph Curry 2 seasons ago. MVP voter type 3, the eye test guy. MVP choice, LeBron James.
The eye test guy contends that LeBron James should be the MVP, by pointing out the fact that he believes LeBron is clearly still the best player in the NBA and a man that has been to 6 consecutive NBA Finals. And although his overall statistical numbers might not be as impressive as some of the other candidates, his greatness is starting to be taken for granted.
Although some of LeBron James's per-game averages might not be as impressive as some of the other candidates, he has still led the Cleveland Cavaliers to a top 2 finish in the Eastern Conference, and that team is clearly the Eastern Conference's biggest contender for the NBA championship this season. In addition, the Cavs have been objectively dreadful without LeBron James on the floor, showing his importance both to his team and his reputation around the league as still one of the best players in the game. MVP voter type 4, the most valuable player guy. MVP choice, Russell Westbrook.
The most valuable player guy says that Russell Westbrook should be MVP, by pointing out the fact that he led the league in player efficiency rating while leading the Thunder to 47 regular season wins and a playoff appearance, despite losing Kevin Durant last season. In addition, Russell Westbrook led the NBA in scoring while averaging a triple-double, something that no other player other than Oscar Robertson has done in NBA history, while also breaking Oscar Robertson's regular season triple-double record with 42.
From a statistical standpoint, Russell Westbrook has clearly had a historic NBA season. However, some people will argue the fact that he is stat hunting on a relatively bad team, and that on a better team surrounded by better talent, he would not be putting up nearly the same kind of statistics. While this may be true, you also have to consider the fact that Russell Westbrook has led one of the youngest teams in the NBA to the playoffs, despite losing one of the best players in the NBA last season in Kevin Durant.
Now certainly, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these MVP candidates. I think you can make a strong argument and a strong case for each one of them. However, if you watched our 3-Point Thursday video earlier in the week, you'll know that my choice for NBA MVP is Russell Westbrook. Now I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about this and what kind of MVP voter you are. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like rating down below. And if you'd like to see more of these videos each and every Thursday and Sunday, please make sure you subscribe to Sporting Logically, where the community is our focus and discussion is our purpose. And I will see all you guys next time.